The days and the weeks that followed that fateful day were nothing less than emotional torment for both my husband and I, weaving in and out of each of the phases of grief. Confusion, like what just happened? Where's my baby? Guilt, was this my fault? Did I do something wrong? Fear, is this going to happen again? Will my baby be taken again? Isolation, just the pushing away of everyone and everything, and then just overall helplessness. We carried our grief very silently. We packed it away very neatly so that others wouldn't see the depth and the severity of the loss we felt, because we were too fragile in that moment to share our grief. And the pain was so debilitating that to truly acknowledge it would mean depleting any small amount of emotional reserve and fortitude that still existed amongst us. And we desperately needed this strength in order to move forward. But if I'm being truly honest with you here today, there's great irony in the fact that it was so easy for us to announce our first pregnancy. I mean, we told everyone without restraint very early into the pregnancy. Yet when it came to losing our baby, it was almost as if we were mute. We didn't have the words to express our grief and pain to those same people that we so freely shared our joy. There was almost a self-imposed stigma, a shame associated with our loss. And after the loss of our first child, I would describe myself as entirely broken, but I wasn't hopeless. I mean, I think maybe I prescribed to the notion that, I was one of the 1 in 4 that this happened to, but we could move on. However, 1 year later, when we lost our second child under very similar circumstances in the same hospital, sitting in the same oversized chair with the same doctor, delivering the same outcome, I mean, it was almost as if my soul, my heart, my entire purpose for being just completely evaporated. The days and the weeks and months following this loss, I felt as if I was just a spectator in my own life. I wasn't truly living, but I was rather walking alongside others experiencing life, not truly able to connect or engage with anyone or anything. Never to return to the person I was before this happened. The feelings of guilt and fear were so pronounced after the loss of our second child. I was completely terrified to move forward, but equally as terrified to remain still in that moment. And at this point in our journey, we made the decision to seek medical intervention through a fertility clinic. I mean, there was a large degree of similarity in our pregnancy losses, and we were concerned from a medical perspective that something could be wrong. But also, I think that the decision to seek support was in an effort to regain a bit of control. I think up until this point, at least from our personal perspective, we felt like our journey it was completely chaotic and very reactive, almost as if we were completely losing control. And I think naturally as human beings, that's a very difficult space to be in. And I think for us emotionally and mentally, we needed to take these steps in an effort to regain a bit of that control by doing something proactive. So we researched multiple clinics, both in the US and Canada, really based on some of their specialties. We looked at some of the success metrics that most of these clinics now provide to you. We had consultations with physicians, and ultimately we chose a clinic in Denver where my husband and I both underwent a series of comprehensive testing and examinations so that we might identify any underlying factors that could be contributing to our pregnancy losses. And I mean, it was intense. I mean, it was very personal. You share the most intimate aspects of your life with these physicians and the staff there. I often say choosing an IVF physician is seemingly like choosing a second partner in your relationship. But we were extremely lucky. We had a fantastic doctor and support team that guided us every step of the way. And I think in that moment, we felt hopeful.